Capricorn, welcome to April 2014. Now, from your new moon, the supermoon, on January 1st until April, we are building towards the most intense month of the year. This is, I believe, the most intense cycle, which will take place between April 20th and the 23rd. If you remember in the year ahead, Capricorn year ahead astrology forecast for 2014, I talked about how unusual this year is. First, we came into the year with Venus retrograde, then Mercury retrograde, now Mars is retrograde, and these are very personal planets that reveal your psychology, your desires, your values. And when they're in reverse, it's the universe saying, go back and redo, go back and reconsider, go back and reevaluate, re-strategize. So it's not a forward, moving energy that, when you jump into a new year, you want to just move ahead and make plans. So that in itself has been very strange. And with the intense grand square with Pluto in Capricorn, Uranus in Aries, Jupiter in Cancer, and Mars in Libra, we are coming into a very intense time, an intense growth cycle. I believe April will be the most intense month of 2014. So this is incredible, really. I mean, what is being asked of all of us in this amount of rapid acceleration, rapid growth, and intense change. We've been building towards it for a while now, and especially since New Year's Day, your new moon, and up until Pluto and Uranus go exact in square. It's their 5th exact square in a series of 7 on April 21st. The next one will be on December 14th, and then the final one will be March 17th, 2015. We'll have a big party that day. The reason this one is the most severe is because the other 4 that we had before this one didn't involve Jupiter or Mars. Now that Jupiter is in Cancer and direct, it is opposing Pluto, squaring Mars, and squaring Uranus. Well, Jupiter is typically a benevolent planet. We love Jupiter because Jupiter is abundance, opportunity, prosperity. It's in a great area for you. It's in relationships. And when it opposes you, it's actually quite nice because it's still expanding you. It's still lifting you up and encouraging you. But when it opposes Pluto and Uranus, it just makes them worse. So it makes Pluto more punishing, it makes Uranus more crazy and erratic, and it makes Mars more maniacal. Even though Mars is in Libra, don't let that fool you, Mars still wants war. And so with Mars involved, whenever Mars and Pluto hook up like this, it can be warfare. Not that I'm saying that that's going to happen, because I don't see it. The energy's just not there in the world. The people don't want it. So but this energy in your personal life is very intense. And this started in March, and it started with the Aries new moon activating this grand square. And Aries is ruled by Mars. Uranus is in Aries, and Mars is the ambassador for Uranus. And they're all involved here in a very powerful grand square, affecting how you show up in the world, everything from your appearance, your inner beauty, your outer beauty, new beginnings for you. And, having Pluto in your sign is not a bad thing. Having Pluto in conjunction with your Capricorn sun, moon, or personal planets can make you very ambitious. It can make you very outgoing. It can make you go after your goals in life, whatever it is you want. And that's a good thing. That is a benefit. That's not a negative. And it's not an unlucky planet. So you can make things happen. The challenge with Pluto is, though, it's about divine will. It's not about ego will. So in other words, you have to be coming from a place of your highest good and the highest good for all concerned. If you're just going for ego, which is my goals, my agenda, and everybody out of my way, I'm going to do what I want. You're either with me or get out of the way. That can backfire because people can be, like this with when you have a lot of Pluto in your aura. Everything is energy. I'm energy, your energy, and the astrology maps the energy patterns in motion. What I do is I read the energy. I'm like the energetic weather woman. I read the energy. And so when we have a lot of Pluto in our aura, we have a lot of power. So you have a lot of power, Capricorn. However, you don't want to abuse that power. So you don't want to just, go for what you want at the expense of others, because that will backfire in this energy. Mars is in the area of what you do in the world, your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, your achievement in the world, and it's retrograde. So you are refining your goals in your career. You are, looking for a better job, or looking to start your own company, or looking for a promotion. You're feeling very ambitious. You're feeling like, hey, I want to go after, a better job for me, a better life for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that's not a negative. It's not a negative to be ambitious. It's how you go about it. Are you considering the feelings of others? The whole reason we're here is to raise our vibration. Vibration is energy. Everything is energy. When you raise your vibration, you expand consciousness. When you expand consciousness, you come up with solutions to long-standing issues and problems and situations that have been very difficult to resolve. And so you can use this energy to evolve and to move forward in your life. If you're open to change, if you're being flexible, if you're going with the flow. And if you're doing that, then you are going to move up. You are going to get a new job or create a new position for yourself in the world. Uranus is in the area of your foundation. And Uranus wants you to revolutionize how you use your personal power, how you use your soul power, how you relate to family members, how you relate to family, how you relate to your inner family, your inner child, your inner adult, your inner teenager, how you relate to your environment. For some of you, you may want to move. For some of you, you may want to renovate the house you're in. For some of you, you may have already moved. So Uranus is moving you, and Uranus is direct too. Now, we don't have to physically move to move. You can move by renovating your house. Although every time you move, you raise your vibration. And the whole reason we're here is to raise our vibration. So moving is a benefit. It's uncomfortable because we have to pack and unpack, and we have to go through all the paperwork of buying or renting or, all of that, learn the markets, it's a lot of work to it. However, the rewards are great because you can create a new space that's more of an authentic reflection of who you are now. And so for some of you, you are looking at moving. You may move in April. And again, this is a positive. Now, Pluto is going to retrograde April 14th through the 22nd. And this is happening in the area of how you show up in the world, how you present yourself to the world, new beginnings, your outlook on life, your physical body, your personality. All of this is being renovated by Pluto. Pluto loves to drill down wherever he is. And he's camped out in this area till 2024. So it's not like you got to change yourself overnight. However, Pluto wants you to regenerate yourself and eliminate what's not working and discover your hidden resources. Pluto can unearth hidden talents and abilities you didn't even know you had. Past life attainment that you can bring in now. Attainment, talent from a former life that is just sitting in your causal body that's waiting to come in and be utilized by you. Yeah, it's not always good when the planets are moving forward. It is good when they reverse because it gives us a time to assimilate all the growth and all the change. And This is about you being your authentic self. So Pluto is encouraging you to increase your self-mastery, to increase your self-awareness, and to increase your inner power. Inner power, authentic power, is when we live true to ourselves, true to who we really are, our authentic nature, living from our soul's desires. We see too often in the world bullies and judgmental people who are judging everyone. That's not power, that's actually fear. We either come from love or fear. When we come from love, we're open. We don't need to judge anyone. We don't need to criticize anyone. We don't need to fear anyone. We don't need to change anyone. Because we're in our love, we're in our power, and we know that when you're in your own power, no one's going to run over your boundaries, and so therefore you don't have to control others. When you're coming from fear, you're coming from the inner critic, the inner judge, the inner victim. Miguel Ruiz, the 4 agreements are awesome. And if you go to my homepage and click on the video I have there for you and download the 4 agreements, if you live by them, you will have a beautiful life. And Miguel Ruiz, the Toltec shaman, explains how the spiritual warrior knows until we slay these inner demons, the inner critic, the inner judge, the inner victim, we can never be free. The only true freedom you can have is to liberate your mind. Once the mind is liberated, then the life is free. Then you can create the life you truly desire. But as long as you're feeding the inner critic and the inner judge or the inner victim, all of your energy is being vamped out, but like a vampire, sucking the life right out of you. So Pluto wants to empower you to slay these inner demons, to come from your authentic power, to demonstrate self-mastery, to be a self-master. That's how you graduate and become an ascended master. The ascended masters are people that once walked the earth like you and I, but became self-masters and then graduated and got off the wheel of life and reincarnation and became the ascended masters that we know them for today, like Jesus and Saint Germain. Jesus is the hierarch of the Piscean age. Saint Germain is the hierarch of the Aquarian age. And so this is your opportunity to have breakthroughs. This is your opportunity to take charge of your life, to really be the master of your destiny by slaying those inner demons. You work with that program. It's awesome. It's an amazing video, and it really is the key to having a great life. Now you have the total lunar Libra eclipse on April 15th, and Libra is the sign of relationships. Eclipses are major endings and beginnings, and this is a total lunar eclipse. Now the Libra moon is coupled with the North Node in Libra, and that's speaking to the way out from this grand square. So in other words, in Aries, and I love Aries, Aries is the action-orientated sign. It's the action-orientated individual. It is the uprushing of life and new beginnings. And Aries is about fresh starts and everybody out of my way. I got places to go, people to see. I'm going forward. And that's okay, except that the moon is in Libra and the North Node is in Libra and Mars is in Libra, and this is speaking to other people. So with the Libra moon, it's about compromising with other people. When you're doing what's right for you, Aries, it includes compromising with other people. Libra, demonstrating empathy and understanding for others is the mark of authentic power and strength. Work to find the middle ground in your life, relationships, and situations. Create the win-win. This is really important, having Pluto in your sign, creating the win-win, because Pluto's giving you tremendous power. You have tremendous power to reincarnate yourself, to regenerate yourself, to reinvent yourself. However, like I said, sometimes people can find that Pluto too much. And so you always want to create the win-win. It's human nature to want to know what's in it for me. Humans want to know, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? And so you want to give them something. So in other words, well, even with your children, you say to your children, well, if you clean the house and you do your chores, you get extra ice cream, you get extra videos, you get to stay up later. Then they're like, okay, that sounds good to me, and so you're creating the win-win. So make sure you're not just my way or the highway or everybody out of my way, because that could backfire. That's when you could, everyone starts pointing at you and pointing out your faults. and why they're not going to go along with you. So create the win-win. Use the Libra moon, which is a beautiful moon, highlighting your career and what you do in the world. And if you're going for a raise, remind your boss all of the reasons why he or she needs to pay you more money. Okay? Create the win-win. Here's what I'm doing for you. Here's what I'm going to do for you. This is why you want to do this for me. Win-win. Now, this is about making yourself irresistibly attractive. And if you go here and use this program, making yourself irresistibly attractive to the right people and opportunities, this can really benefit you because you have a lot of power at your disposal. And you've been working really hard to make these changes now. You've been working on this since 2008. When Pluto went into Capricorn, it doesn't matter where your degrees are. Pluto went into Capricorn, and Capricorn, you woke up and went, okay, I got to change a lot of things. And you've been working on it. You have been, making a lot of changes in your life. And, a lot of you I've been working with are doing it. You're going for it. You're making the changes. Yeah, it's challenging at times or really uncomfortable to step into the unknown or uncharted territory, but you're doing it. And you're going to continue to thrive and be rewarded for this hard work you're doing because the sun is entering your sister sign Taurus on April 19th. And this pours positive energy into you. And Taurus is a very fun sign for you because Taurus rules the area of life that has to do with creative self-expression, self-confidence, being outgoing, romance, true love, your children, sports, having fun. And I like the sun going into Taurus. However, there is one drawback. Taurus is the most stubborn sign of the zodiac. So you don't want to be digging in your heels when the sun goes into Taurus or Mercury goes into Taurus on the 23rd, because the most intense cycle of 2014 is between April 20th and April 23rd. That's when Pluto and Uranus go exact. That's when Jupiter is involved and Mars. And we're in the middle of eclipses, and it's super intense. Instead, use the Taurus energy to empower you, Capricorn. Build your confidence and strength, and make the needed changes that are being asked of you. April is the turning point month. It is showtime. Pull up your power, bravery, and strength. Make the change your ally, not your foe. Make the needed changes. Make friends with change. This is much easier than having Pluto and Uranus force change on you. Use the 4 agreements to live your life by. Stop feeding the inner critic, the inner demons, the inner judge, the inner victim. Free your mind. Use the Irresistible Attraction Program. Use the 100 quotes from The Secret. They're amazing. Keep your mind engaged and forward focused. Invest in yourself. Invest in your future. Introduce innovation into your life. Uranus wants you to innovate how you use your power, how you center yourself, how you ground yourself, how you nurture yourself, how you create a sacred space to live from. And if you're feeling lost or confused, ask yourself, what would I do if I were fearless? Now, when you're coming from love, you're fearless. Because you're coming from your authentic power, you're doing what's right for you. But when you're coming from fear, you're coming from the inner critic, you're coming from the inner judge, the inner victim, you're coming from resentment, resistance, anger, frustration. That's fear. Come from love. If you're feeling overwhelmed, step back. Take time for yourself. Take a day off. Take an hour off. Meditate every day. Take 5 minutes here and there. Do what you need to do to ground yourself. This energy is very intense, and it's causing chaos and confusion and uncertainty, and you may be dealing with people that aren't balanced. You may be dealing with people that are really getting hit by this energy. And so take time for yourself. It's not a race. You've got plenty of time to work with Pluto and Uranus. You don't have to be in a hurry. And lead by your soul. Lead by your soul's desire. Be your authentic self. Shine your light. This is your soul purpose. The whole reason you're here is to shine your light, to raise your vibration, expand consciousness. And there's a million ways you can shine your light. From baking cookies to climbing mountains. Whatever turns you on and excites you and demonstrates positive energy coming from your heart. Now you end April with a gorgeous Taurus new moon. It is an annular solar eclipse, but it's not a total solar eclipse. And it is gorgeous. it is in harmony with Pluto. It is in harmony with Neptune. It is in harmony with Jupiter. This is very good for relationships, Capricorn. So for those of you that are single, you could be meeting someone in April or May. You could be getting along well with your spouse. You know, so if there's some blow-ups, you know, around that April 20th through the 23rd, by the end of the month, the 28th and 29th, and then into May, you could come to harmony. You could come to mutual agreement and beneficial win-win situations with each other or other people, because Taurus, which is what you love and value, is pouring harmonious energy into all of your Capricorn, and with Jupiter and with Neptune in the area of communication, speaking, writing, thinking, your thought patterns, your habit patterns. So you're going to be feeling really empowered by the end of the month and going into May. And May on, I see the energy getting easier. This is where we're now like stepping into a new year in May. So the first part of 2014 was 1 year. Now the second part of 2014 is going to be a totally different year. The world economies will expand. There's no energy for war, so don't believe the fear machine coming through the media. It will be strong in March and April. The stock markets may make a correction in April, but it's temporary. The stock markets, I see them coming back later in May on, and roaring by the end of the year, and roaring into next year. And this is all the stock markets, not just here in the US, but in Europe, South America, Africa, China, the whole planet. The economies are going to expand. The people have chosen. The people want peace, freedom, and prosperity. And that's what the people will have. So for you, it is going to be, you know, a game-changing month. And you may even pivot in a new direction. But you know what? You've been working on this so long, shifting gears is getting easier than ever before for you. So I don't see this being as challenging as it is for some folks for you, because you've been at it for so long, and this is more steps in the direction that you need to go in. You know, this is your life path destiny. You know, the North Node is in that area of life path destiny. And so this is going to be a game-changing month, a pivotal month where you may pivot in a new direction, but it's appropriate. Make friends with change. Be fearless. Go for what you want. By the end of the month, there's a big focus in the area of true love and romance. So for those of you that are coupled, this could put, you know, a whole new positive energy into your relationship, where you really join forces together and support each other. For those of you single and interested in finding someone special, this Taurus new moon could bring it in. And, you know, this is on, you know, all of May until the Gemini new moon. And I really see you shining incredibly bright by the end of the month and into May. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast. Capricorn, you are so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your personal transits, very easy. The link is below. You go to my astrology page. You purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. We're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Capricorn, keep looking up. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sing in the river the lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars.